Hey guys, today we're going to take a break from looking at sticks and talk about knives, particularly like knife fighting and grip styles for such a thing. So something I talk about a lot is that FMA grip. And the FMA grip is where I'm going to grab thumb and forefinger, wrap my hands around. So I'm in this position here. I'll show you why I like that, especially for knife stuff, but I think it's important that we discuss knife fighting. This is not what I think about when I'm thinking about knife fighting. This is a kind of a different weapon. I like to think of this more like this is a shiv, right? If I have this, I could use the hammer grip. I could use the ice pick grip because I'm probably thinking about, he doesn't know I'm coming. We're doing something like a prison altercation, right? I'm pulling my shiv or a lot of like quick stuff. You always, hear about like these self-defense situations where someone got attacked with a knife and they suffered 37 wounds and they went to the hospital, and that is terrible and that is scary and everything else. A lot of times they live because this can be very, very damaging. Don't get me wrong. If someone pulls a knife on you, I still think compliance or escape are your best two options. But when I think about like a knife fight, like if he had a knife and I had a knife and we're going to square off to do some kind of duel, this is not a knife. We want to think about Crocodile Dundee. This is a knife, right? You can see the type of advantage that I would have right off the bat in a situation where he pulls this and I pull this. So when I'm thinking of a knife fight, this is what I am thinking of. And you can see when I'm talking about like that FMA, how much a stick this could be in using the stick fighting principle. So when we talk about that FMA grip, and FMA, that's Filipino martial arts. That's where most of my background in stick and knife stuff comes from. So that's like your Cali, your Arnaz, your Eskrima. So just wrap it all together. We call it FMA. This is actually sharp. So I'm gonna get my knife fighter trainer out, my good old friend, the lawnmower blade, but same kind of thing. And I want to look at that grip and what advantage that grip has in a knife fighting scenario. So if we both have like that knife of any size, what we want to consider is we want to consider the sharp pokey point of my knife could reach you first, because we're very much in a range game. Because with something like this, whoever gets the first cut probably won, right? One good strike, you're done with something like this, especially if that strike it is like a stab, about 2 inch of a stab. And there's a lot of, you have something like this, 2 inches is really easy to get versus a smaller knife where, you don't have that mass coming into it. Other person's going to enter shock. You're done, right? So just like one good stab, probably it's over. So getting in a position where you can do that stab is very, very important. So in a traditional hammer grip, I would be in this position here. So in order to stab into you, I got to drop my tip and then go in, right? There's some really good videos. I think it's like Michael J. White is teaching like hand speed to some fighters. I can't remember who all is there. And he's like, I want you to block my punch. I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to go as fast as I can. I want you to block this jab. Are you ready? And he throws his jab and he throws it more traditional style, right? And the guy blocks it twice. And he's like, all right, I'm going to use my left hand, my slow hand. All right, I'm going to start all the way down here and I want you to block it. And he just reaches out and he hits the guy. Just boom. Because humans were not built for reaction speed, okay? We're built for action speed, but not reaction. So if you can just go straight in, it's so much faster than if you're doing that martial arts thing and those chambering, putting the power in. So what's happening is that other fighter is watching that shoulder, and when he sees that shoulder moved, he's already initiated his block movement. Versus if I'm going just a straight line in, by the time you register, I'm already there. Same principle then with the knife. If I'm in that FMA grip, where's my tip? It's already engaged. All I have to do is just poke out. With this type of knife, I've got so much weight behind it, just going in, you're done, son, right? So FMA style grip just affords you that right there. It also gives you a lot of control over the tip, a lot of your cutting motions. You still have a lot of power that you can put in, but you can just rapidly go right in because you're already in a position where you've got your point just set to go right at that other person. So that's that grip style that I like when we talk about, you know, knife stuff and stick stuff. I think this affords you a lot of advantages. Now, if the other person doesn't have anything, yes, this is a little bit more firm. You're less likely to be disarmed, except let's be real, knife disarms aren't a thing. Like if I am actively trying to fight you, you cannot disarm me. You're just gonna get cut up. You know, I went down and I fought in like Cold Steel Challenge, you know, put it on the kendo gear, and we had the knife trainers, you know, and I'm not saying like I won or anything. I did all right. I beat 2 dudes. And I lost very heartily the rest of the time. But while I was there, I didn't see anything that looked like a knife disarm. I didn't see anyone have a chance to do anything remotely like a knife disarm because you just don't have the time. It's not a principle. Knife disarms or you know, the person is kind of holding you, you get them distracted for a second, and then you can do something. But at speed with 2 people actively trying to cut each other, knife disarm isn't a thing. So you're, you know, unless they chop your hand, which you're done anyway, it doesn't matter what your grip is at that point, that FMA style is going to be better than that hammer style. And then ice pick or reverse style, you're sacrificing range, and range is the most important thing that you can have in a knife fight. So really, this is the only grip that I would recommend. But you're probably not really going to get into a knife fight. So, you know, it's all theoretical, all for funsies.